You're listening to the Public Health Entrepreneurs Podcast with your host, Dr. Charlotte Huntley. Networking has taken on new importance as people build their professional communities and connections. The landscape has shifted, and strategic networking is more critical than ever for finding clients and opportunities. Welcome to Public Health Entrepreneurs. I'm Dr. Charlotte Huntley, and if you're building a business focused on population health, this podcast is for you, regardless of where you started. The entrepreneurs I work with come from environmental science, technology, pharmacy, research, law, and beyond. I'm here to help you build the business strategies that create healthier communities. That's what we explore here. Today's episode is about networking that actually leads to clients, and it is especially valuable and important for you no matter where you are on your journey. Networking is important for public health consultants. It helps you connect with other professionals in the field, stay informed about the latest research and trends, and discover opportunities for collaboration. As I mentioned earlier, networking has taken a new importance following the drastic political shifts and attacks on science and public health that escalated in 2025. As people rebuild their professional communities and connections, networking has never been more important. The landscape has shifted, and strategic networking is more critical than ever for finding clients and opportunities. In this episode, I'm sharing my best tips, about 14 of them if I stick to my notes and I don't add any extras. You don't have to incorporate everything I'm sharing. Maybe there's one thing, only one thing, that really stands out to you that feels useful. If so, then it's a win because I've given you something helpful. Let's dive in. Tip number 1, stay informed. Keep up with the latest research, trends, and best practices in public health. This knowledge can help make you a valuable resource and conversation partner in any networking setting. Staying informed now means understanding both the technical developments in your field and the changing landscape of public health infrastructure, funding, and opportunities. Your awareness of current challenges makes you more valuable to potential clients. Tip number 2, attend conferences and seminars. Public health conferences and workshops, all of these seminars are excellent opportunities to meet other professionals, exchange ideas, and learn about new developments in the field. I know a lot of us like to attend conferences, and sometimes preparing for them can be a little daunting. It can be very overwhelming if it's a really large conference, of course. At any rate, both virtual and in-person conferences are happening. Don't discount virtual conferences. They can be just as valuable for building connections, and sometimes it's easier to have meaningful follow-up conversations. All right, tip number 3, participate in professional organizations. Joining local, state, and international public health associations can help you connect with peers and provide access to events and opportunities. Professional organizations are increasingly important for connection and support. Many are adapting their offerings to meet current needs. So get involved. These are your people. Tip number 4, leverage social media, especially LinkedIn. Of course, you know by now that I'm a really big fan of using LinkedIn. Using LinkedIn or other platforms like Twitter or X, I still have a really hard time getting used to saying X. These can help you connect with other people or other public health professionals, share relevant content, and participate in discussions. This can help you build your online presence and stay visible within your community. This may look like you connecting with people that you meet, sharing insights from your work, participating in relevant discussions, and staying visible consistently. Your online presence is increasingly how potential clients will discover you. LinkedIn is where public health professionals and organizations are looking for expertise. Show up there consistently. Cannot emphasize that enough. Tip number 5, collaborate on projects. Look for opportunities to collaborate with other consultants, researchers, or organizations on public health projects. This can help you expand your network and lead to new opportunities. And here's an important consideration. When you're working with someone else, there's so many things to consider. Be careful about who you collaborate with and how the partnership is structured. Collaboration is becoming more important as organizations need diverse expertise and consultants are building complementary partnerships. Strategic collaborations can strengthen both businesses. So it becomes a win-win for both involved. It's just finding that right matchup. All right. Tip number 6, volunteer your expertise strategically. Yes, I did say that. Now, I don't expect you to volunteer all of your time. As you continue to grow your business, you have to set boundaries and limitations for yourself on where you're volunteering your expertise. So be really strategic about this. Strategic volunteering may include speaking at events filled with your ideal clients. I've done that more than once. If my ideal clients are filling the room, then I'm more than happy to speak without, a large market rate fee, maybe an honorarium, or even straight volunteering. Another strategic volunteering example could be contributing to publications that your target audience reads. Mentoring in contexts where you build valuable connections. You don't have to get paid to speak at every single event, but that's your choice. If you're volunteering at certain events, especially ones where your ideal clients are the audience and you're able to share more about yourself, it's an excellent opportunity not only for networking, but for potentially attracting new clients and getting more work for your business. Volunteering your expertise can help you gain visibility and build relationships. So, even more so now, again, given the landscape that we've navigated through 2025 and that we're still navigating, your time is valuable. Choose volunteer opportunities that align with your business goals and put you in front of potential clients or referral partners. Okay, tip number 7, seek out mentorship. Connect with experienced public health professionals who can offer guidance and insights into the industry. They can also introduce you to others in their network. So here's an important distinction. This is different from a coach. A coach is an excellent investment, but a mentor is a little different. And this is my perspective on mentoring and finding mentors. Look for those senior level professionals who have been in the field and state agencies and positions for years and years and are about to retire. This is almost sad to see, but these professionals don't get the respect they deserve sometimes. They can feel overlooked and overworked. They're not the latest and greatest, so they can be overlooked as a resource. But I think a genuine approach to seeking out a mentor who has this experience, who's willing to offer guidance and meet you and share insights and have conversations, this is a valuable resource and a really good move. I've personally done this myself. I think it's very rewarding in so many ways. Absolutely for networking benefits, but even beyond that, this is really about connection and relationship. It has to be from a very genuine place in your heart and a very authentic move. Many senior professionals have recently left traditional roles and may be even more available for mentorship. They have decades of wisdom about navigating challenges in public health, so don't overlook this resource. It's also a great way to honor them and their expertise and their service. Tip number 8, host an event or workshop. Organize an event or a workshop and bring together professionals in your area of expertise. This can help position you as a leader in the field and help you establish new connections. Virtual events are easier to organize than ever. You don't need a big venue. You can host a Zoom discussion or workshop that brings your network together and positions you as a connector and thought leader. Tip number 9, build relationships with academia. Collaborate with universities and research institutions. This can lead to partnerships on research projects or speaking engagements, as well as access to talented students and faculty. It can be a very rewarding networking activity. Tip number 10, engage with government and nonprofit organizations. Connect with individuals working within government agencies and nonprofits focused on public health. This can open up opportunities for consulting, grants, and policy work. These organizations are navigating significant changes and often need consultant expertise. Position yourself as someone who understands their challenges and can help. Tip number 11, follow up. This is the most important tip of all that I'm sharing with you. follow up. If you don't take away anything else, take away this one. There's so much gold in the follow up, and most people will fizzle out on that. I don't have it perfected, and I'm not saying I'm the gold standard, but I think follow up is so important. I know that follow up has been a very good use of effort and time for me, well spent. Even if the follow up takes several steps in your follow up process, I think it's really important. Here's what it looks like. After meeting someone, send a personalized follow up message to keep the connection alive. This demonstrates your interest and helps maintain the relationship. People are craving genuine connection. A follow up stands out even more now than ever. Don't let good connections fade because you didn't follow up. Since I've been consulting for years, there's so many examples that come to mind where I've followed up, and some of my clients were, 2 years of follow up to get to that contract or that agreement and the opportunity to work together. So there is a lot of value in the follow up. Here's tip number 12. Practice active listening. Show interest in what others are saying and ask thoughtful questions. Being an active listener, and it does take practice, but being an active listener can help you better understand their needs and how you can collaborate. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Really listen to understand what the challenges people are facing and what they need. This is how you discover client opportunities naturally. Here is tip number 13. Be a problem solver. This comes naturally for myself and for a lot of you who are listening, because as consultants, we're problem solvers. Offer solutions to challenges faced by others in the field. Being seen as a resourceful problem solver can enhance your reputation and expand your network. Organizations are facing real pressing problems right now. Well, they always are, but definitely now. And if you can help solve some of those problems, you become invaluable. So listen for the problems and offer thoughtful solutions. And last but not least, tip number 14, stay connected. Keep in touch with your network by sharing relevant updates, congratulating others on their achievements, and supporting their work. This matters because sometimes if we meet in person at a conference and then we follow up with them afterwards, and then we stay connected through social media, especially LinkedIn, this is a great way to really maximize your networking efforts. Staying connected, sometimes it could be months or sometimes years before it moves to a client or sales conversation, like I mentioned earlier. But you may meet someone and they're just interesting, which is wonderful. You follow up with them and you stay connected. You follow up with their posts on LinkedIn and engage with them. Over time, they get to know you a little bit better. You get to know them a little bit better. This could lead to them introducing you to a client opportunity. It could lead to they may become a client themselves, or they may need the services you offer through your business. These are individuals. We are using social media sometimes to help leverage our ability to stay connected. Sometimes that level of connection may not be messaging all the time. Maybe it's just seeing their posts and lightly engaging. But it's all about really striving to build relationships. I will add this in here. I was recently at a conference, moderated a session where that was really the theme. It was about connecting and serving communities, but building connections and relationships takes time. And that was the resounding theme of the conversation. So this is something that is most relevant and top of mind. So as we begin to try to summarize this all up, I think at a big picture, by staying engaged with public health community and consistently building relationships, all of these networking efforts, especially the follow-up and staying connected, you can expand your network and grow your business as a public health consultant. Networking isn't just about collecting contacts. It is so important to remember that networking is about building genuine relationships with people who may become clients, collaborators, or champions for your business. In this moment, when everyone is rebuilding and reconnecting, your authentic engagement matters more than ever. Now, I encourage you to explore our website, publichealthentrepreneurs.com. Make sure that you've subscribed to our Public Health Entrepreneurs podcast newsletter so that you receive updates about our podcast, programs, and events. All right, everyone. Until next time, have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for listening. Visit publichealthentrepreneurs.com to learn more.